do a number of things within the community, ultimately to create a more equitable, just society for LGBTQIA plus individuals. Now, I serve as the Director of Empowerment Programs in a department called FACES, Family and Community Empowerment Services. And I'm bringing this up because within my department, what we do is cultivate a culture of wellness. And this is very important as we think about the work to empower communities, particularly the ballroom community. In everything we do, we invite people to be a part of our culture of wellness. And so within FACES, we have various groups because we understand that the LGBTQIA community is not a monolith. People live different lives. As I look around the room, I recognize that each of you are probably living complex lives, just as complex, if not more complex than mine. And so your needs and things that you desire to bring yourself to a place of wellness and health may look different than the next person. And so within FACES, we cultivate different affinity spaces for different groups so that we can create entry points within our culture of wellness and so that it's as sensitive to the needs of whoever we're serving. So today we're here with United Black Ellument, which is one of the empowerment programs that we have. And I'm going to talk a little bit about United Black Ellument. United Black Ellument started out using the empowerment intervention, which is an CDC evidence-based HIV intervention. And since then, we've transformed to so much more because we recognize that to solve HIV is not just about getting tested, getting people into care. It's also about addressing the holistic aspects of the person. We're looking at the social determinants of health, the conditions that are converging, that are allowing communities to be at risk for contracting HIV. So the reason why I like the empowerment model because it's more of a social focus. So we've always been able to focus more on those underlying issues, really empower people beyond just getting them tested and getting them treated, and really connecting to mental health services, connecting to social support, connecting to mental health resources, or whatever else this person may need to achieve a space of health and wellness for themselves. And so United Black Ellument started out in 2009, and this year we are celebrating our 15th-year anniversary. Let's give it up for 15 years. Yes. And as it relates to ballroom with United Black Ellument, we got our start initially in 2014. So we've been doing ballroom-related events since 2014. And again, the great thing about United Black Ellument and the way that we go about things, it's really listening to community. So the way that it is designed, we have a core group of individuals that come from the Dallas community of 18 to 35-year-old Black, same gender-loving men. Now again, on paper, that's what it's been reflecting. But in reality, it's just Black queer people, Black lesbians, Black trans individuals, Black whatever you identify. And even if you don't identify as Black, if you are, wanting to come together about uplifting the Black community and creating an entry point again into our culture of health and wellness that is specific to the Black population, then we welcome anybody to be a part of the United Black Ellument family. And so I'm going to pass it over to Jrock for just a moment here to talk about his endeavors with the ballroom community and how he got started with UB.
All right. How many of y'all have like a drop-in center in y'all city? Perfect. That is perfect. Is this drop-in center, do y'all have like space where people can congregate or maybe move around? Y'all can move the chairs out the way. Don't even have to be as big as this. It can be half of this. Y'all have that? Perfect. Well, then that means that this right here, what we're going to do tonight and what we're talking about tonight, is perfect for you. We're talking about the Art of Connection. This was like a drop-in center. We got people that have drop-in centers where we're supposed to be able to go, save space and everything, right? So we have a problem, a lot of times we have a problem with reaching out into the community to actually get them to come to the drop-in space so they'll know what resources is going to benefit them, right? So what we did was, like Jelensky said, they were already doing like once a month, I think it was like a Vogue Fridays on once a month. And how I ended up getting involved was, I've been involved with community and outreach and everything since New Orleans now, full circle on. Since I was stationed in New Orleans, I was stationed on the West Bank of New Orleans, and they had this place called the Brotherhood. And I used to always go to the Brotherhood, and it was just like United Black Ellument, everything. They were training us on everything from prevention to, safe sex tools and all that mental health and stuff started coming later, but it was more so back in 2004 worried about, the skyrocketing numbers, right? So we learned about that, then I moved on to Houston and started with RM Society, and we did RM Society, and I realized that I was involved with them already, and I was realizing that I had a lot of people that were coming up positive. At one point we had a thing called Stump Out Syphilis, because syphilis had went so high in Texas till they were just going around saying 75% of people have syphilis, don't even know it. So it was just like, it was bad, right? The numbers started skyrocketing, and I'm like, what can we do to get this information? Well, why don't we do what everybody wants to do? Everybody likes to vote. I was in a community where everybody wanted to vote. Even if they walked through the categories, everybody wanted to know how to vote, right? So we started having our vote classes and everything. Once I moved back to Dallas, actually it was before I moved back, I started coming home because of the vote classes that they were having. I said, I'm gonna have a ball called Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. We're gonna do 4 classes at UBE, 4, that's it. We're only gonna do 4 classes, get y'all ready, and then y'all can walk new performance at my ball. So I trained them 4 classes. The ball happened, but what happened was they kept coming. They kept coming from 2016 to the present day. They kept coming every Friday. And what we do is, you're coming here, you're learning about Vogue and everything, but we're also empowering those house mothers and those house fathers and those princes of those houses and stuff, and telling them, hey, when is the last time you got tested? This is what's going on here. These are the different clinics around the city. They may not trust you, but they may trust you. They may not trust you. You see what I'm saying? Giving them opportunities to go around and get that information. Then it went from HIV and sexual health to mental health, to housing, to employment, to education. Now that you got them in there, we started creating the Kiki scene. And the reason why we brought the Kiki scene down, because if you know anything about mainstream ballroom, a lot of egos get in the way, and then a lot of people think they legendary this and iconic that, and now we're not even having balls. So we wanted to do something for the younger people and the youth, and me and Africa Juicy, we started doing Kiki scene, and when we got to UBE, we created a more organized scene to where we can throw these balls and all this, but also bring in resources at the ball to connect the community. So that's how I ended up getting started with it.
And so, so as Jrock mentioned, it started with HIV, right? And so one of the things we've always recognized with the United Black Ellument and using the empowerment model is that when we replace the I in illness with we, it becomes wellness. And so that's one of the things that I really love about United Black Ellument. It's a for us, by us program. We were able to come together to figure out how to solve our own problems. And so as Jrock mentioned, we were like, hey, we like to come together and vote. Okay, well let's use our space for vote then. Let's open the doors up as much as we need to open them up so that people can come. And as a resource center, it's like, okay, well they're here. We have these resources. Let's make sure these resources are on display prominently. So we have posters and things throughout our drop-in space. I want you to use your imagination. Just take a walk. Imagine we're in our drop-in space. You're seeing posters around with information about mental health wellness. You see sexual health information. You may see a poster right in your face, HIV, and some kind of sexy image, but it just puts that information in the forefront of your brain. And then we also have different Often we'll invite HIV testers or PrEP navigators or even people to come talk about mental health. And sometimes this is a headlining situation where we'll stop the show and say, hey, we got this thing going on, or sometimes it may be more discreetly positioned somewhere throughout the space where the voguing is going on, so people can engage with it at their leisure and not necessarily be concerned about, the stigma or, people thinking, oh, I'm going to this place because I need to get my mental health checkup or my HIV test. Like, oh, I'm just going to the Vogue, and they also got some resources. Let me get my Vogue on, get my spots checked, and by the time I get home, we all ready for whatever we need to be ready for. And the additional great thing is also having additional peer support. It's so amazing to have mentors, right? But it's even more amazing to talk to peers that are going through things that you may be going through, and you can troubleshoot together, share the best practices. And that's what we've often found happens when we are cultivating a space within the ballroom community, for the ballroom community to meet within our spaces. And I will add, the ballroom community really don't need anybody to save them. Everybody can save themselves, right? However, we do recognize that within public health, there are grants and resources that may be out there, and these things may require a different language to be spoken that, somebody in the ballroom community may not want to be concerned with. I mean, even as a director, there's some days I find myself like, what are these people talking about? But I tune in and do what I got to do to make sure the work can continue. And so it's important to have people, I think, in different spaces, connecting folks at all levels. So whether you're, the person that's writing a grant for the space to exist, or you are the person like Jrock who is a champion for the space and facilitate the Vogue classes, it really takes all of us in community to be well. And so ultimately, that's what we strive to do with our programs within our cultural wellness. It's just creating different entry points within the community for people to enter this cultural wellness. And I'll add, with the house systems already existing within the ballroom scene, UB is like a house, the house of UB. We have members some weeks, and some weeks we don't have members. They come to our houses. But as you may know, houses, traditionally have served as safe spaces for individuals to find and get their needs met, oftentimes that is coming out of their own pocket. And so I'll let Jrock talk a little bit about houses and how he's often had to be that safe space and things come out of his own pocket.
Well, you also know, like I said, y'all having drop-in centers and stuff like that, somewhere for people to come. Another thing that we did with Ballroom is there's a lot of different people in Ballroom. There's a lot of different lifestyles within the Ballroom community, right? So, you can have DL people in the Ballroom community. You can have people that may like to go Jay said. You may have people that may you have different communities within the Ballroom community, right? So when we bring them to Vogue Academy, it all started with just voguing. But when you're doing this voguing, you can also present other programs. You see what I'm saying? Within your space, because like Jelinski pointed out, you don't want it to be like, oh, we go here because of HIV type stuff, right? When you're doing community outreach, you want it to seem like a lot of people look at our job, and until I actually start working for them at one point, it do look like, oh, they're just out there having fun. They go to the club all the time. They always in there, but the people that do it, y'all like, I really don't feel like going to the club tonight, right? I gotta go sit up this table. I'm passing out condoms and stuff. They think, your job tell you to come to the club all the time? No, we have another objective. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes when you're in the ballroom, you can get into other communities that you may not, those sub-communities that you need for your program. So that's why we have other programs in UBE, like we might just go out there and say a date night, or like a speed dating or something like that, or either movie night and stuff like that. But it all, once you get all the people into your Vogue Academy, or doing it through Vogue, they're gonna just tell someone else, and then they're gonna start inviting. And then you start using social media, tagging. Eventually, you find yourself, some weeks you might have 4 people, some other way you may have 40. You're like, Jesus Christ, all these people at the drop-in center, right? and making it an actual safe space. Number one thing is, I always tell people, with leadership comes sacrifice, right? If you're in this job and you're only doing it for a coin, it's not gonna work at all, especially with this new generation of people coming in. They see straight through, I'm only doing this for a coin, right? But if you're doing it and you're showing your genuine love and care for the community and all this stuff, they'll be able to see it. So that's what, with me, a lot of times, I may not have got paid and stuff like that, but having balls and having this for them, you know, utilizing your own, sometimes you have to come out of pocket if you can, or find some type of sponsorship. And some people are actually out there looking to sponsor your events if you know where to look. That's why places like Creating Change and going to conferences, making sure you network with the right people, okay? Make sure you keep them in your back pocket, so if you do need some funding for things like throwing a ball or getting a community together and you finally got kids out here and you want to bring them to do something else, a field day, we do like a kickball tournament and stuff like that, getting people from different houses to create another team, you see what I'm saying, to intermingle so they can get rid of like, I'm only on this clique and with this. No, let's do something else, let's mix, let's mingle. And so it becomes a culture. You start to find out people from other backgrounds, other walks of life, and it's just building us up, right? So basically, that's what I did when I did volunteer, because actually I was on active duty. I was an active duty sailor for 21 years. So, but 15 years of it was in ballroom, and 10 was doing community service. That's what I used to do on the other hand. That's how I found ballroom. I found ballroom to be able to have an outlet, because I came up in the don't ask, don't tell era, right? So you gotta be masculine presenting at all times, because you don't want nobody clocking your teeth. You don't know what to do, so that's why I found ballroom, right? So I can let it all out, be myself, express myself, do what I want to do, be gay, and then I can just turn it off on Monday and be Chief Johnson. You see what I'm saying? So I was a chief by day, and I was slamming my back on the ground by night. You know what I'm saying? Saturday at night. I might be standing like this during the day, and I might be like this at night. Like, what's that? You know, it's whatever. You know, so that's why you don't know what a lot of these young people are going through, you know, or what lives they have to live outside. So it's gonna take you, I can say Jelinski and a lot of them at UBE. Sometimes it's gonna take a call at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, oh my God, what's going on? But if you know how to point them to the right direction, they'll start talking about you. They'll start saying, if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for this program, that's how you can get people to come into your programming, okay? Houses? Oh, yeah, well, if you don't know ballroom, I think by me keep on looking at some ballroom people here, I'm like, they know what the house is. But if you don't, if you don't know about houses, a lot of people, it really started off like this, especially in New York. When people were, it's kind of hard to explain this in 2024 because we've progressed so much. A lot of people accept their children, right? But it still goes on. Every now and again, we get someone at UBE that got kicked out at 15, 16, 17, right? Now you gotta deal with parents that are evil at their children because of who they are or the way they live. And here goes one that's even crazier. You used to get kicked out for being gay, right? Now you're getting kicked out because you're GNC and your parents just don't understand that. It's not a gay thing, they don't understand. So we're getting all kinds of backgrounds and, you know, lifestyles that's coming to us. Now, when you leave home or you feel like you don't have nowhere to go or nobody understands you, you're looking for your tribe. That's how I learned that being in your tribe, right? But you're looking for a family, somewhere where you can find love and stuff like that. That's where houses come into play. You may have a house mother, or you may have someone that's a leader out in the community and stuff like that, and you see them and you gravitate towards them, and they become your house mother, and you got house fathers, and then you realize that there's other people in the house, right? So like in New York, that's what the gay family was. Their chosen family outside of their blood family, right? And just so happened those families also compete in ballroom, right? So the whole culture of ballroom is a family, but you have your individual houses. This is my mom, this is my dad, this is our princes, our overseer, and stuff like that. But we all meet up to go compete at balls. But when the lights go off and the competition is over, we're still a family. And some of them, you know, they compete in everything, and that's all they see their family for is competition, and then after they go, they may go to a kickback or something, and they never see their family again. But then you have some of them that's kind of like my family. I'm in the house of Ebony. My family, I've actually had people actually living with me, you know, like literally. Y'all seen Pose?
Yeah.
Pose is kind of my life for real. These people is getting Emmy awards for what I do for real in real life, you know what I'm saying? No shade to Billy Porter, but I was on the microphone long before he was, okay? And he got an Emmy for doing what I say. All right. But yes, but we literally have people that come to us and they come up under us and we're housing them and feeding them. I'm not saying that's what you have to do, but you have house mothers and fathers out there that actually do this, right? And now when they come here and they know that these are leaders in the community that can point them in the right direction, that's why it's good to have a drop-in space for those house mothers and those house fathers to stay connected with you all, because they never know when they're going to get that phone call of, I'm homeless, I don't know where to go. Or, it don't even have to be bad like that. It could be, I'm just graduating high school and I don't know what to do. We can connect you with education. I don't have a job, I got laid off. Let's see if we can find you a job, you know, or I'm just hungry. We can go to, we have pantries and everything to feed people, right? So that's what it is about being in a house and everything, and that's how houses started, and then we went on down to the Kiki scene, and then we got Kiki houses and Main Street houses, so.
I wanted Jrock to highlight the houses to emphasize that Ballroom already has networks of support, already has networks of wellness. And when you begin working with the Ballroom community, it's important to get connected with those influencers, the house mothers, the house fathers, and the house leadership structures, because they're often out in the community and reaching people who the agency may not reach, you know, as far as the resources are concerned. But also, we also allow opportunities to build up those house mothers. You know, Jrock with us hosts various leadership brunches and workshops and such to pour into the community. So as the house mothers are out in the community wherever they are, whether they come to our drop-in space or not, wherever they're holding space for community, they are empowered to make health and wellness more accessible. Because ultimately that's what we do, is empower people to make health and wellness more accessible. I think we all are just looking to express ourselves. We're looking to express ourselves the best way we know how, to the highest degree of our potential. And so with that being said, what better way to do that to have a high quality of health and wellness? And so, again, with United Black Ellument, it is a community coming together to solve its own problems. And in that community coming together, it's been how, you know, what are our problems? What are the solutions and strategies that we can employ? And so as UB was doing it more so, we were doing a lot of the things and hosting a lot of the programming in-house. It's been really beautiful to see since we reimagined our Vogue Academy in 2016 to see how self-organizing the community has become, in which there's a lot of things that we no longer have to do. We just kind of stand back and support, and people reach out to us and like, hey, what are those resources for mental health? What was that you said about the homeless? What was that information about getting connected to PrEP? And we're providing with the house mothers and the house leadership so that they're able to provide it to their families as well. So not only are we connected with the community and when the community is coming to us, but we're also creating additional, what do they say, agents of change here at Creating Change. We're creating additional agents of change out in the community for folks to empower people to make health and wellness more accessible for themselves and the community around them.
And I wanted to add just, you know, maybe y'all can mirror and call it whatever you want to call it, but just it's certain programs in UBE that I like to highlight when I talk about them. One is Black Academy, that is building leaders and cultivating knowledge. That's where you go in and, like we said, we empower a lot of the leaders. Even the kids can come and we talk about like how to get a job, or we may bring somebody in that talk about finances, because A lot of us don't know about how to build good credit and stuff like that, right? It's good to have somebody to come in there, how to save money, education, how to fill out scholarships, how to do a resume, all of those kind of things, right? And basic leadership. Then we also have this thing called Black Chat. And when I tell you Black Chat is one of the best programs that UBE has, and that's when you get people in and you have a subject, and it's a real life subject that you sit down and we're able to open up, talk about it, and show each other that we're not alone in walking this life. Whether it's a subject of maybe, let's talk about what happened when you came out with your family. A lot of times, and if you've been out a while, now you know that, dang, this happened to everybody. But when you first came out, how did you feel? You remember when you thought that my family is only me. Nobody's going through this. And we always say the same thing. You don't understand because my mom or either my cousin, even if your mother and father accepts you, what if it's that favorite cousin that's been your favorite cousin all the time, but now they're trying to be distant? Those stories come out in Black Chat, and people see that you're not by yourself. You see what I'm saying? We talk about sex. We talk about, who top, who bottom, things that happen. Because y'all may not know this, but there are 25-year-olds around here that feels like as long as they're not a bottom, they're not going to catch HIV. Because we're not having the open conversations that are not making it feel taboo, and there's no dumb question in Black Chat. We feel like the only dumb question is the question that's not asked. Because how will we ever know, right? So if y'all want to do those type of things in your programming, you can call it whatever you want to call it. We call it Black Chat. We got, like I said, building leaders and cultivating knowledge. Those are two programs in UBE that I feel like it allows people to open up and just be themselves, but we're also learning from each other and we're building each other. And then what that does is it just goes out into the community, and of course, get them some little food or something, and that's always nice, a little gift card or something for people that answer the questions right. Everybody like a little free, you know what I'm saying? So. Hey, I'm being real with y'all. Y'all already know. I'm in my commentator mode right now.
And then also with the, I would highlight the Ballroom 101.
Ballroom 101. Y'all, whoever watched Legendary on HBO Max? Oh yeah, both of my daughters was on there, no shades. The parents, Ebony, that's my daughter. You know what I'm saying? She lived right in the other room, getting on my nerves for a long time. And then Kamaya, y'all know Kamaya from the House of Juicy Couture? How many juices in the room? Juicy! Okay, well, anyways, we don't $100,000 rented house. But anyways, that's my daughter too. But Zapara, she did a Ballroom 101. And what was good about Ballroom 101, for the people that are in Ballroom, don't y'all just hate those people that get into the ballroom conversation, but all they do is go to the ball, but they don't understand the culture? They start talking out the side of their neck about what they know and all this stuff. You like, they don't know nothing they're talking about. They don't know the language. They don't know who did it, why, where it come from, or anything. They just get into arguments. It's Ballroom 101. So Paris started. She went from, the history of ballroom, the history of the region that they were in, going over the different categories, how they came about, understanding the language of ballroom, knowing when something is shade versus somebody trying to fight you. These days, you say something shady, now you want to fight. You like, girl, I didn't mean that. Calm down. Everybody want to pop somebody in the eye these days, right? How to manage your ballroom career. Some people, they just don't understand why, I don't know, I'm doing my best, I know I did better than them. How to manage what balls to go to, what balls not to go to, who to follow, who not to follow, how to find if this person is just trying to get money out of you versus trying to empower the community type stuff. So that's what we did with Zaparis, I knew she was good for something.
So as we wrap up our talk portion and get transition to our activity, I do want to just circle back and thinking about the art of connection and using ballroom and voguing as catalysts for empowerment. I'll highlight that we think it starts with self. It ultimately starts with the person being considered. What is this person's needs? What is this person? And so with UBE and our Vogue Academy, we allow people to come in as they are. And with the various discussions, like Jrock mentioned with the Black Chat or just even organic conversation, You know, sometimes it cultivates more awareness of self for people, and they're able to identify more of their needs. Like, oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know I needed that, or I didn't even know I just needed this space to just exist, and y'all just allow me to be as I am. And so when we're thinking about empowering people and connecting with people, how do we allow people to connect with themselves first and foremost? And then that expression of self is what we allow to come through. And I highlight this because a note to any agency or public health workers that are considering working with the ballroom community. Me and my direct reports, we talk about this all the time. You have to be willing to accept the community as they are, not as you would like them to be. And so we consider self first, and if we are empowering people to make health and wellness more accessible, then how do we make it accessible for your needs as defined by you and not prescribed by what my brain is made up?
And just to add on to that, for the people in layman's terms, if you want to help out a community, let the community come as they are and understand that community and not put so many restrictions on what they do. Because if I cannot be myself, I'm not going to come to you. What I do love about the United Black Ellument is we accept you for who you are, and we empower you to be who you are. And I think that's why a lot of people keep coming back, because I may not like what you like. I may not even like what you do, but if that's what you do and it's not hurting anyone and it's not harming, come on, that's what you do. Y'all in here now, just at vote count. We're gonna vote count. Do something. No, but see, we let people be who they are. Some people they sit outside and they go, oh, I'm good. I'm just gonna sit down, baby. Have you some chips. We don't got our chips and our drinks and stuff. Make sure that when y'all let y'all drop in, so y'all have snacks and stuff. Young people love snacks. You know what I'm saying? Ask them what they like. They gonna sit down and eat their little fruit snacks and their chips. Oh, they in the back like, yeah, snacks, see? Like snacks. Don't come in there with no damn. You want a water? Nah, we want soda. It's little stuff like that gets people to come. They like, hey, baby, I'm serious. Ice creams, everything. Like, I'm a big old kid. If you ain't got no push pops, why am I here? So if y'all can push these chairs this way. Just a little bit. You don't have to do all of them to like make a little space or something. We're gonna break y'all down into 2 houses. Or we're gonna do 3 or 2. 2. We're gonna break y'all down into 2 houses. You know what I'm saying? The left side gonna be a house and the right side gonna be the house, because at the end we're gonna see. I be saying so every time I come to conferences, I just be seeing all the people that I like open it up a little bit in more towards the middle, because I don't want y'all to be on the side. Just open up a little space. We don't have that. So what we gonna do? I was so glad it was Ballroom, because I said I'm definitely gonna put them away. I'm gonna need either a father, and I need 2 people to be either a father, one be a mother, or either another father. Come on up. We about to.
My kids call me lesbian.
Lesbian father. Damn. I love kids. Kids say the darndest things. Kids say the darndest things. He decided to get a picture. All right, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna need let me see. Somebody gotta be. I need somebody that knows how to actually do a little something. I need a mother and a father on this side and a mother and a father on this side that I already know about ballroom. Don't step up. This is leadership. Everybody here should be leadership. You gonna be a father? You gonna be the father over here. Kids, you gonna be the father over here. Now, if y'all wanna be mother at any time, y'all can. This is we can do whatever. And then when you wanna insert yourself, you wanna be the father, okay? Every now and then, you know what I'm saying? I told y'all I was Chief Johnson by day, and I, you know what I'm saying, Jrock by night. Alright? I was a father in ballroom too. Okay, this is what we're gonna do, right? I need everybody on y'all side that's gonna participate. I would love everybody to participate. They're gonna have to learn how to do a catwalk. They're gonna have to learn how to catwalk. Because when we drop this beat and everything, we're gonna play the we're gonna drop some house music, right? So y'all can be learning the catwalk, like learn the catwalk. I'm gonna give you like 5 minutes to teach them how to do a catwalk. Now whatever that catwalk is, after that, we're gonna see your teaching skills. You know how to do a catwalk? You can catwalk? You gotta teach them how to, and don't be looking over here worried about what they doing and how they catwalking. Y'all catwalk like y'all catwalking y'all house. What house is this? This is the house of queer joy, and this is the house of queer power. Okay? Y'all see what we did? Y'all see what we did right there? Okay, alright. Very clever. Okay, I'm gonna drop the house beat. Now you need to teach them how to do a catwalk, right? You got 5 minutes to teach them how to catwalk. They're gonna have to be in a...
Give it 2 eyes.
No, catwalk. We got a Bogan catwalk. Not regular catwalk, the Bogan catwalk. We're not doing the boom, 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 boom. Not that one. Let me go ahead and change this up. The time ain't gonna start until I drop the music. You can't turn it up?
Expressing your way to
Find somebody to turn it up.
with just a walk step forward. So you're supposed to emulate basically femininity and almost emotion. I always see people who just like walking on the side. Don't even know what it is. When you're walking,
There you go. All right. All right. The 5 minutes starts now. You got 5 minutes to teach them catwalking. 5 minutes to teach them catwalking. I don't mean to put no pressure on y'all, but y'all only got 2 minutes. So they better get them hips to rocking from left to right. the whole thing about voguing is you have to feel the beat and let the music take control. Y'all got 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
Wait, okay, what? Just scroll up and wait. Clip one. I knew you gotta play.
All right, can I get both hands on the left and the right? The left and the right. Now, why? Hold on, why y'all breathing so hard? Y'all didn't even did nothing. I heard somebody going. Lord.
Hold on, let me take this in here.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Now, House of Power, I'm gonna need you to. I need 3 people. Y'all can't do it because y'all was the mother and the father. I need y'all to find me 3 people and put them at the back on this side. I need you to find me 3 people and put them at the back on the side. Who you think, when you was watching, you were the leader, you seen who had they hips rocking left to rock. You seen who hands were swiping. Send them to the back. Line up at the back. Line up the. I'm gonna tell you like I do at the ball. Line up at the back 2 by 2 next to someone that is not in your house. Line up 2 by 2. So that means 3 people on the left, 3 people on the right. Line up in 2 by 2 next to someone that is not in your house. Come on, stand in line. Stand in line. I need somebody right here. Boom, stand right there. Boom. I need somebody from the other house right here. Stand next to them. You're gonna bow them. Stand right next to them. All right, now everybody else line up behind them. 2 by 2. What? We graduating and just don't know nothing no more. You know what I'm saying? This is where the shade came in. Y'all didn't catch it. I already did it. All right. Okay, listen. When the beat drop, y'all can only catwalk. Y'all better catwalk for your life. You're gonna catwalk to the front, to the back, and from the side to the side. Okay? And I'm gonna play the beat. When I drop the beat, y'all better get ready. When y'all hear the beat come in, okay? I want y'all to catwalk to it. I want y'all to let the beat take control. A lot of y'all kind of young, and y'all don't know that song. Let the beat drop, let the music take control, let the beat go. Period. Got me up. Somebody from some real music. You had a voice for you. All right. Oh. Oh. Go tell your friend, family in. Let's go. Now you gotta do it as a family. Now you gotta act as a family. Can't walk down as a family. Can't walk down as a family. Repeat the count. 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 On the count of 3, I want you to hold the pulse for me. I said 1, get ready. 2, and feel it. 3, and hold that pose for me. Hold it. Oh my goodness. Now we're gonna go off the honor, courage, and commitment system like the Navy, right? So it's okay to, scream for people that's not in your house if you're not that jaded, So, but you can only vote for one house though. Now this is where the family part comes in. Your house didn't really do all that good. You're like, alright? But if you just shade it like that, not y'all got a chant. All right, I'm gonna have to go off my own ears. If you think the House of Power can't walk down, let me hear you scream. If y'all think the House of Joy won, scream. When I tell you the shade is so thick in here, because they was like, you know what? Okay, now we're no longer in the house. Y'all left y'all house, it happens in ballroom. Y'all left y'all house, y'all all 007s now. Y'all all 007s now. But y'all fathers have still got their house and they not give it up. So now it's father versus father. Take it away. Father versus so this is gonna be father versus father. This is father joy versus father. This is gonna be father joy. But y'all gotta do that chant that y'all was doing, but y'all gotta do it for your fathers. Are y'all ready? Yeah. Hold on, my man. I'm damn near lost the beat. Hold on, we coming. What happened to the internet? Oh, it's shade. It's shade on the MacBook. This is what we get for having Apple products.
Because they give out.
Who all, where the Android people at? Say scream. Where the iPhone people at? Scream. Oh my God, yo.
Okay, yeah. She acts out now.
just say make some noise. If you think the House of Power should win, make some noise. The Shoutout Ballroom, they had brought their friends out. They had brought their friends out that night. Y'all know how you bring your friends out? Make sure all y'all scream. Baby, I don't care if I fall on my head, just scream, okay? Nah. Give it up for everybody in the room. Oh my God. This was so great. Now, what you just see right now is like any Friday at a boat camp. Y'all can catch y'all a seat if y'all want to. Y'all ain't gotta keep standing up. Because we just open this up for questions and answers. But while y'all are doing this, while this type of stuff is going on, we are walking around and we're engaging mothers and fathers and we're asking them, is there anything they need from us? Is there anything else? We got some new information that we found out that just got put out by CDC or whatever. Before they go, we be like, here, make sure that you pass this out to your houses. Make sure that your kids know about this. Hey, they got this new prep information coming. You can go enroll in prep up until January. And you gotta do it by January. You see what I'm saying? We're doing those type of things while they're all out there having fun. They may get at their next house meeting, hey, at UBE we found out this. You can go here, you can go there. You see what I'm saying? It's how we connect each other. Or, is there anybody in your house that you know, we found a place that's offering housing and stuff like that. We got stuff, that's what we do during Vogue Academy. That's how we connect. Because why? When you're at Vogue Academy, who was in here upset and mad when that was going on?
All right.
You see what I'm saying? It's the energy. When you bring in positive energy is going to always override negative energy. You bring them in the power of joy. You see how I just put? You see queer joy. The power of queer joy. Oh, y'all almost took me there. I'm coaching. But like I said, when we come into these rooms, we bring that type of energy into the space. More people will start coming back. They know that now we are a culture. We are family. It's more than just the voguing. It's more than just a competition and then going to the club and, getting out. We need to be able to take care of each other because at the end of the day, I don't know if you're paying attention, they don't want to take care of us. We got to take care of ourselves. I want y'all to start being very in tune with what's going on in the land that we live in. They're trying to take away every right for us to be human. Okay? Simple things. It ain't just about marriage. Eventually, they're going to want you to not eat. And y'all think that that's extreme? I'm telling you, that's the extreme of what's going on at the top levels. Okay? So we need to start being able to cultivate each other, build each other, and this is how we do this. It seems like, oh, we're just going to have fun and learn how to vote and stuff like that. No. We're very intentional with what we're doing, okay? So, now I'm going to open it up for questions, and I got the answer for you. Now, if you want, you can ask me anything, and I'm going to give it to you. You got a question right there. What's the question?
Hi all, I'm Nick. I live in Louisville, Kentucky. I've heard that. Is this better?
Yeah.
Hey y'all, I'm Nick. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I have heard that there's a ballroom in Louisville, but people have left, people moved, and the care and the community and support isn't, like the infrastructure for that isn't there. We don't really have drop-in centers like that. Just like how do you, I've been wanting ballroom to come back to Louisville, not even just like for the event portion, but for the care portion, for the house portion, for the resourcing, for the community. Where did y'all start? Where you start when you got the infrastructure for that?
Well, first I got to get you in contact with Larry Chandler because we do go to Louisville for the Behind the Music Ball every single year. Because that's what I know about. Is that popular level? Is that how you say it? I said it wrong anyway because y'all always correct me. But no, but we go there every year for a big ball. They're called Behind the Music Ball. But Larry Chandler, being from Louisville, Kentucky, what I can do is you can connect me and I can connect the both of you. And so y'all can see maybe it's a city right next to you or somewhere where y'all can connect and create a drop-in center. And sometimes the change and the start begins with you, right? So you reach out to me, I connect you with people that have started programs and stuff like that, and then you get you some team and a partner that can do it with you, and you may be the person that started that drop-in center right there. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, there is Ballroom in Louisville, Kentucky. They just go other places in the OKI to compete, but they live right there in Louisville. I have a little girl in my house right now, well, she's 21 now. She's from Louisville, Kentucky. You see what I'm saying? It's just weird you ask that, so that's all I know about, you know.
I would add to that, we'll get your question next. I'll add to that too, just start with where you are. Look at what pieces that you do have. You know, as Jrock mentioned, there's already a community there, so maybe y'all can meet up at the park. You know, one of the things that we like creating with some of our programs is online communities, because we recognize sometimes people may not be able to come together physically, but at least start organizing some space just to get people connected. And so some of the members in our community, they rented out the clubhouse in their apartment. Some people would open up their living rooms and they, you know, alternated, like, okay, well, we don't have a space this week, okay. Jrock, we practicing at your living room this week. Zapeos, we practicing at your living room next week. And so just what pieces do you have? If you have community, you can gather anywhere. UB, we've moved locations several times, and one of the things that we say, UB is not a location, we are a movement. And once you create a community, you can go wherever you need to grow.
And it's funny that you said at the park. We normally talk about how the Vogue Academy started, but in Vogue Academy, those kids were voguing because they had Vogue Sundays at the baseball field. So they found out, we don't have to be outside voguing in the heat or the air or the elements. Wait a minute, they got a Vogue Academy, so you just never know when you start doing that online portion and you do find a space, then they'll come to that space. Me, personally, people like myself, the Paris, Casio, Prada, people like that, like down in Texas, we started off and you have an apartment, y'all have a club room? Let's go down to the club room. Before we had a drop-in center to go to, we literally did that. And we would, maybe I would cook, you know what I'm saying? I would cook, make some chicken, some wings, and some stuff, and then have everybody come to my house, let's move this shit out the way. And that community started there. And we were glad we can find someone like UBE because they was like, turn up my furniture. You don't get no corn.
Just how we turned this space out.
You see, we just turned this, did we turn this to out or did we turn it around?
Let's definitely get connected. I'd love to chat with you, Jrock, more and see how we can.
You might be UBE Louisville. Ooh.
We like the sound of that.
Yeah, I'm kind of crazy, y'all. I'm retired. I can do what I want to do.
I have a question for both of you.
Yes.
Different questions. Jalinsky, what is your coming out story?
Ooh.
And Jrock, what is your favorite era of ballroom?
Tell me your coming out story.
I don't even know if I have a coming out story.
Okay, period.
I feel like when I came out, the coochie, here. Yeah, my mom, she always knew I've always been very androgynous. I've always had long hair, and when I was younger, I was even more androgynous, and so it was like, you know, I often got asked, are you a boy or a girl? Hell, whatever you decide, you pick, I'm me. So, as long as I remember, I've always been myself. However, I'll say, I guess when I had the first conversation with my mom about actually being gay, I think I was maybe like 14, and I had went to the gay pride parade, and my sister was like, you know your son at that gay pride parade. And I'm like, oh Lord. So I got home, my mom was like, what's this about you being gay? I'm like, I was like, girl, then why you acting branded? Maybe a 14-year-old, maybe I should have been out there with the people I was there with, but I'm just enjoying the sights and the festivity, trying to have a good time, you know, within reason, right? But after that night, we never looked back. And funny, like maybe 8 years after that, my sister got her first girlfriend. And so I went to my mama, you know your daughter got a girlfriend.
Well, you said what is my favorite era of ballroom? And why? My favorite era of ballroom would have to be an era before me, which
Can you
was,
explain to them if they don't know what that means?
well, you know, we have different times in ballroom. They come by colors and stuff. You got the golden era, the white era, the black era, the red, the green, all the way up to the purple era. I think that's the era right now, purple era. But it's like the eras of ballroom when it first started, a certain amount of years. I don't know them off the top of my head. And then it goes in eras. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it's either the black era or the red era. I'm just gonna say the 90s. And the reason why I like the 90s around when Sanaya came out is because that was femme queen energy. And if you don't know what a femme queen is, that is a woman of trans experience that walk balls. That is ballroom culture. Some femme queens will tell you, I am not a transgender, I am not that, and I am a femme queen, okay? And they take pride in being a femme queen because it comes from ballroom culture. If you ever go around at the club and stuff and somebody calling a boy a butch queen, if they're not in ballroom, they're not a butch queen. Butch queen comes from ballroom culture. That means that is a gay male that walks balls and is a part of the culture, right? So the reason I love the 90s and that era of Sanaya and all that, because it was Sanaya, Christina, Ashley, it was Neandy, Karen Mizrahi, Yolanda, all of Deja, all of those girls just coming out on the floor exuding that femme queen energy, and they were just voguing. And it was like, today you see them doing like a lot of high energy, a lot of jumping in the air, turning flips, 360s. Like, I can't do all that shit. Like, what the hell? Back then, they could just pity pat and pat their cat and then go into I was like, what was that? You know what I'm saying? And don't let them get no hair, and they get one whoop to the whoop, and all that. Wow, I love it. It just made me feel like when I wanted to do that, and I started doing it and everything, it made me feel like elevated, like I felt like an out-of-body experience when I really started voguing. As you can see, if y'all follow me on YouTube and all that stuff, Tins or Chops, that's my new, everybody just subscribe. I'm trying to get somebody subscribe to Tins or Chops. But it's TENSORCHOPS. I started that to highlight stories and stuff of people in the culture, right? So it made me feel like an out-of-body experience when I started voguing. Like this Saturday, like every day, I'm just like a dad. Y'all probably look at me and y'all be like, he don't vogue. And I really don't vogue every day and stuff like that. But Saturday, I had to click in. This is time. When I get to the back of a runway and I hear all the, it's on. I'm just and I'm gonna hit it, right? And then I'm gonna feel it and stuff, but it makes me feel like I don't have to be no man, all you know what I'm saying? No, you can be the pussiest of the pussy, everybody going, so it's celebrated. That's why I love it. Those women made me feel, tap into that side of my femininity and made it feel okay without being judged for it. So,
We have time for one more question.
What?
And then we gotta close. We're at time. So let's get you, and then we'll have to dialogue with you offline.
Okay, what's the question?
I thought I was gonna get the mic, but anyway.
Hello everybody, my name is Kanisha. I think I met you before. At the Bounces Zero Ball. The Bounces Zero Ball.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, that's the zero.
Yes, the Bounces Zero Ball. And that was the first time I ever participated in a ball or anything like that. The first time I ever been to a ball was for a Mardi Gras ball a couple of years ago. And you know, the ball scene has always kind of fascinated me, as well as like the pageant scene and stuff like that, because I feel like, you know, if it wasn't for the ball scene, it wouldn't be a pageant scene. But well, yeah, yeah. But for my question is for a person who wants to participate in the ball scene. What kind of advice would you give that person if they want to participate? Because I know that, like, you know, I'm a little hesitant about doing new things. And you know, and there will be times where I do step out on faith, but you know, I just stick my toe in and, you know, see how it was. But how you give advice to somebody who wants to participate and wants to step out there?
That is a good question. For some people that do not have ballroom in their area, luckily for New Orleans, we about to go. We got a lot of stuff coming up in 2025. We're actually having a huge ball here.
Let me go, ball.
Not that one. September 14th, the USHA conference will be here. And for the USHA conference, we're having a major ball here. Okay, so it's gonna be all of the Gulf Coast coming down here. You about to see like a nasty ball, right? I got a commentate I wanted to walk in. That's another story. So that's coming, but we're talking to different agencies down here to try to have something for y'all to have constantly, something to go to, because like in Dallas we have Wednesday night. It started off with just maybe 3 to 4 people coming on a Wednesday, but we had got a club that allowed us to have mini balls. Now at any Marty's Live. Now on a Wednesday, it could be 100 to 200 people in there, but some people only come to watch the ball, right? If you want to get involved with ballroom, watch. If you want to go on Tins and Chops, ballroom throwbacks, looking at the different categories, watch it, because what watching it does is show you which one calls out to your name. What category do you feel you can walk, or which one do you feel like, I want to do that, or I want to try to do that, right? And then reach out to the ballroom people within your community. In the Gulf Coast, you can always reach out to me, Jrock Dupree on Instagram, or either Cedric Johnson on Facebook, Jrock Ebony. If you reach out to me and you be like, Jrock, when is the next ball in New Orleans? When is the one in Houston? When are you coming down here? I got a question about something I seen on Tins and Chops or something like that. You see what I'm saying? If you follow me, it's the internet. It's the online connection when you don't have like a flood of ballroom. But for the cities that do have ballroom, if you can find you a club that'll let you have a Vogue night at least once or twice a month, then it end up every week, it ain't gonna do nothing but cultivate the scene, and then eventually, there's a new graduating class of queers every year, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna come out to the club and they're gonna wanna dance. Cause ballroom, people are voguing before they graduate now. You know what I'm saying? So
I will add to what he's saying, just really when you're getting in there and watching and you're looking what's calling out to you, really know the persona, like what you want to do with ballroom, and know what you're looking to get out of the experience. So you don't get in the experience and it tells you what you're gonna get. You can go into it as intentional as you want to be. And so as he's saying, observing, like, okay, maybe, you know, face calls to you, and you're like, okay, I want to do that, as opposed to somebody saying you need to walk face, but you're like, that don't work for me. So really understanding yourself going into it.
And I highly advise everybody, never join a house until you learn the culture. Because that's what's gonna keep you in, so.
So if everybody could do me a favor, we're come here at the close, can everybody take out their device if you have one?
Your devices.
Or your little device and pull up Instagram if you have one, or Facebook if
Pull
you
it out.
have it. And I would like you to follow United Black Ellument. It's Instagram is UDE, and Element is spelled ELLUMENT. UBELLUMENT. And we spell element like that because United Black Ellument was started in Deep Ellum, which is a historic neighborhood in Dallas, Texas. And so our original core group named. And so again, I would like to remind you all that we heal in community. When we replace the I in illness with we become wellness. And so in continuing with our tradition, I would like to thank y'all for joining us at the UB Vogue Academy as we empower everyone to make health and wellness more accessible for themselves and community around you. I did notice here at the conference on the second floor near Churchill, I think it's Churchill A, they are offering HIV testing. So feel free to update your status or invite those around you that you know who may need to update your status. They are offered on the second floor here at the conference. And lastly, for those who may have more questions but we couldn't get to, I would like to give you my phone number so that you can reach out, and whether it's a question for myself or Jrock, we can be sure to do what we can.
Some people want to ask them Friday, like, I ain't want them to know my question.
Yeah. So it's 469-487-2464. And shoot me a text with your name and where we met at, just so I know. So if you reach out, you can call or text. Whenever, I'm gonna respond when I can though. So again, 469-487-2464. Shoot me a text if you have questions, if you'd like to learn more about using ballroom and voguing as catalyst for empowerment and how you can do that. We're willing to share whatever we can. We had so much more we can talk about, but we really wanted you all to experience what we get to experience every Friday.
And remember to subscribe because I'm trying to make some money. Like, subscribe. I ain't asking y'all to pay for nothing. I'm just asking y'all to hit the subscribe button. Tens or Chops. TENSORCHOPS. And I'm Jrock Dupree on Instagram. And I got Tens or Chops Instagram too if y'all just want to see a few clips and stuff like that. So, but I really need y'all to subscribe.
And if y'all want to follow me on Instagram, I'm there too. It's Jalensky, JALENZSKI. Otherwise, thank you all for coming.
Thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause. Y'all are a great audience. And look at the schedule. Jason Rodriguez is teaching New Wave on Saturday. New Wave Vogue is being taught on Saturday. We have a ball Friday here. Come to the Ages of Change ball. See you there. And the categories is on the website. They're gonna put it back. They told us we can move the chairs. They said we have to put it back.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank you both.
Yeah, I'm managing the board. When I first saw your thing, I thought this would be a reference to O'Shea Sibley. Because you know who he is.
Yes, O'Shea Sibley.
Yeah, because he died in Vogue.
At the we did a whole march for him and everything. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That was one of our brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just thought it was interesting because I really like see how you connected the dots and how this is like resistant.
And you see how you see how when O'Shea Sibley was murdered because he was just voguing at the gas station,
Right.
how the whole ballroom community hit the streets
Right.
to find justice for him because we don't care. You
Right.
think that we're just voguing and have fun, but no, this is our community. You can't just go just because you see someone gay and just think that you can just, you know, impede on it. We wasn't doing anything to them.
Right.
So we do more than just vogue and have fun. We will get together and we will ride down.
Right, like it's more than fun. It's
Right.
like a whole way of being.
Yeah, it's a culture, it's a family, it's a way of life. You know what I'm saying? And of course, it started with black and brown, but we are open. This is a family. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we're all we got when it comes down to being LGBTQIA.
Yeah.
We're the minority.
Right. No, that's true. And I was reflecting, like, I think because the reason he was killed is because he was experiencing joy. And it's like,
Ain't that crazy?
yeah, like queer joy is so threatening to people because they can't see us happy.
They don't understand why you're happy because they're miserable. And misery loves company.
Right.
But don't even invite me to your porch. I'm not coming. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So-
Exactly. And it's like, people don't want to be with us. It's like, I don't want to be with you.
Right. You're mad at me because I'm smiling?
Yeah.
What the hell is
Exactly.
that about?
Exactly. Yeah. So cool.
No
Nice
problem.
meeting
Nice meeting you too. Give me a picture, child. Okay?
It was so good to see
Period.
you,
Good to see you
baby.
too. My info.
Yes, you're. I've got numbers on the back of this, but.
Okay. So I can start connecting you because I'm going to connect you with Larry because I'm going to ask Larry, is there even a place or either where to even start, right? Because, no, I'm just saying because I know you might end up, he might have some connections. Because like I said, he have a big ball every year there, right? Behind the music. And in order for him to get funding and stuff from a local, who are you getting it from?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That maybe we can start there. We may not know that they have a community outreach. Let's reach out. Can y'all help me open up a drop-in center? Meeting other people in ballrooms where you'd be like, wait a minute, well, maybe I'm the one who can start a 501c3 and startup. You see what I'm saying? You may have support out there and tell them what you're trying to do. Hey, I met Jrock, they have this center and everything and they're connecting ballroom. I heard that we have more ballroom people here. Who do I go to? And he probably can get us a start. You know what I'm saying?
That would be great. Jason Ashley Gardner, I don't know if you're familiar with Strange Fruits podcast, but him and then there were a couple other folks. And this summer, one of my mentors called somebody who they knew from the community. I think I did forget about that call. They did tell me that it would be coming out. But so many young people, especially young Black people, don't know about it and have never known that this existed in Kentucky. Yeah, so I know that there's the one that happens every year.
Yeah.
But in terms of I know that there's people who would want to learn, who want to learn about, who want to learn to other aspects of it. So I'm just not sure what's outside of just the event. But I will definitely
How to keep it going and how to keep it like the culture going. Oh yeah, how to keep the culture going to where when something do come around, y'all can be like, oh, we rep in Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Y'all on our turf. But y'all already got y'all community going. Yeah. But we'll get it done. And you know, Louisville's small, so it's kind of like.
It's going to be a big city.
Yeah. You know the last name Bussey? Bussey? Oh, okay, because we have, that's where my daughter, she's from Louisville, Kentucky, and she, her last name Bussey, Bussey. But I was just like, because when I went through Louisville, I was driving through there and then next thing I was gone. I was like, you look around too fast, you gone. I mean, the college, of course, yeah, that's, but like every time we go to the, what's the name of the place? It's like the VFW. We go to the VFW on Popular Level. On Popular Level, that's where we be going to have the ball in Louisville, Kentucky. The VFW on Popular Level, and it's called Behind the Music Ball. And when you hit me up, I'm gonna send you the link to the Behind the Music Ball, so you can already know. Get ready, bring everybody that ever want to think about. Make sure you bring them to that ball, and make sure that you tell everybody to follow me too. Because if they're following me, then they'll kind of. I want y'all to start looking and seeing the ballroom culture as it goes. So now when they do come around and people be like, how you know about ballroom? Oh, baby, y'all don't know that Louisville got a history. There's some bad people come from Louisville in ballroom. It's another thing in here? Okay, because I was going to say, we done moved y'all chairs around, had them dancing.
That's what they supposed to do.
Thank you. I will contact you.
Hit me up and make sure you text me too, because if I just hear a phone ring, I'm one of them people. I'm just gonna look at the number. If you text and say, "Hey, I met you at the," hey, you know.
My name is Rico.
How you doing? How you doing, Rico?
So I work at this community center. It's a nonprofit in South Florida.
In South Florida?